Hi guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Indie Couch Sessions, and I am actually very excited for tonight's episode. I don't know whether we'll be releasing it on night or morning because we are recording it at night. Uh, I'm very kicked about this episode because I'm talking to my friend Joy after a long time, and so thank you so much, Joy, for doing this. It's like another adda though, but
Thank
we are
you,
doing
bro. Yeah, it's absolutely another adda.
we are
Yeah,
doing it on
really.
Zoom, and it's a pleasure to always listen to you. And before we start talking about your music, just tell me one thing. I know that we've been talking about this on and off. That it's a very tough time
Hmm.
for musicians, and especially studio musicians like you are, because there was nothing happening in between. So how are things right now? Are you back to your studio work? I'm guessing you were working on something. And how does it feel to
Yeah.
again slowly going back to the groove? How does it feel to do that?
So feels really good, man. So it feels really good getting back to work. I haven't yet ventured out for sessions after the lockdown has been lifted. So that is something that I'm still a little skeptical about because I got a few sessions, but I didn't go because Bombay to Janis, so the case is the situation is really bad,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so. But I am doing a lot of stuff from home. I started getting some projects, ad projects, and some short film projects, audio books. Audio
Mhm.
books is an in thing right now, which I was not aware of. I suddenly got a few audio book projects. So busy
Okay.
with all of that.
That's really
So
great. Now,
it
before
was,
before Joy starts playing, I would like to tell our viewers that he's been in Chennai, then he went to Bangalore, then he went to Mumbai, where he is right now. He's basically from Kolkata, so quite a globetrotter, and also there are a lot of interesting stories about Joy's Chennai days, which I discovered while I was interviewing him for the Instagram session a couple of months ago. And he I think he got a standing ovation at that was where KM Conservatory, or which school
yeah,
was
yeah,
that?
KM Conservatory.
KM
So they had
Conservatory
this
with
Berkeley
Gareth
India
Marks.
exchange there. Yeah. So,
So tell us a little
and
bit
I,
what happened there, and then we go on to the first song.
so I hadn't planned to go there actually. My sister was going there for a Berkeley India exchange program, and she just wanted me to tag along, and I was also free, so I went. I also took my guitar, and then they gave us a chance to perform any of our originals. If anyone had originals, they asked us to come on stage and play. And just then, I had composed my first original around 1 month back.
Hmm.
From that time,
Fresh.
which was Journey of Joy. Yeah, so that was fresh on my mind and on my fingers. So I just went up and played, and it got a pretty good response. So that is the first time when I felt that okay, a solo instrument like a guitar can also pull off uh,
Yes.
in, and engage a crowd properly. So this is
Yes.
something that was a big revelation to me. So after that, I took up fingerstyle a little more seriously.
Okay, okay, that was great. I
Yeah,
mean, that was a great piece of motivation coming from the school of the legend A.R. Rahman, and on top of that, after that, you went on to play with the Raghu Dixit project, which was also pretty good. It's a great
yeah.
boost to have as a young musician trying to make something happen in your career, and you've been making the right noises. So tell us what's going to be the first tune you're going to play for us, and what's the story behind that?
The first tune that I'll play will be one of my favorite pieces, my original composition, which is called Yearning.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, so this is my favorite piece till
Hmm.
now, and the story behind this is uh, when my grandfather passed away when I was in class 11, which is 2007.
Hmm.
So I used to observe my grandmother, and my grandfather has this book called The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which is Ramakrishna Kathamrita.
Yes, yes.
So, and he used to read that all the time. And after my grandfather passed away, I used to see my grandmother who couldn't. My grandmother is an Australian, by the way. So she's
Okay.
of Australian descent, and she's from Bangalore, and she
Okay.
cannot read Bengali at all. But she used to open that book and she used to skim through those pages, which were in Bengali, and she used to look at them for a long time without understanding, just thinking of my grandfather. So there were a lot of small moments like these which inspired me to uh, get into her head, and she did this for a very long time. She just passed away in the lockdown one and
Okay,
a
I'm
half
so
months
sorry to
back.
hear that. Okay.
But for the last around 10, 11 years, I have seen her always looking at my grandfather's photo and books and stuff. So I came up with this piece, Yearning, which I wanted to get into her head and translate that into music. So let's
Beautiful.
see how that goes. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. It will it will bring back a lot of memories actually, because I suddenly went back to a lot of stories. The best part about fingerstyle guitar playing is that there's so much in sync happening at the same time. I mean, you're using the guitar as a percussion, as well as you are playing so many melodies, and there's a lot of harmonics to deal with as well. So I know that
Hmm.
Tommy Manuel has been a big influence on you, but who are the other fingerstyle guitar players around you? Well, I know a few of them. I know Rhythm Shaw. I know a few guys in Bombay, but I believe it's a very niche sound, and there aren't many in India, right? Because the very few fingerstyle guitar players I know, all of you have gone through that same that contest that happened, where you also I think won
Right,
something.
right.
So
No, I was a
Ridu,
participant in that. Yeah.
you were
Yeah,
there,
redo
Ridu was
one. Yeah.
there, he was also there. So all you guys are fantastic musicians. I mean, it's very difficult to pick a winner like that. I mean, in music, I don't think there should be a winner or somebody who's coming second or third. Everybody's music has its own
Absolutely.
interpretations. But tell me about this fingerstyle genre. I mean, I know the things that got you hooked to it, but then how do you maintain being a fingerstyle guitar player? I mean, like I know that you play a lot of other styles too, but
Hmm.
fingerstyle is something that is very very unique. Tell us a little bit that what do you think about this community of fingerstyle guitar players around you, and how do you guys keep each other motivated? Because I know that all many of you know each other personally. So tell me a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So the fingerstyle community is actually pretty large if you think of it. There are a lot of wonderful fingerstyle players in India,
Yeah.
but we don't know them as fingerstyle players because they are also doing a lot of other stuff.
Right.
Because just doing fingerstyle doesn't uh, help you in that way to earn money or
Mhm.
so, and you don't get enough shows just dedicated to
True.
fingerstyle. So these people
True.
are doing a lot of stuff, other stuff too. But I have a lot of friends. There's a guy in Calcutta, Deep Phoenix, who is also in
Phoenix. Yes.
uh,
Yes.
Whale in the Pond. So Deep Phoenix is a good friend. So
Yes.
him, then there is Rhythm Shaw, then there is Vishesh Kapil, Sudhir Chaudhary in Bombay. So there are a lot of players who are also playing for Coke Studio and all on the side, but they are wonderful fingerstyle players. So I am inspired by this guy Sudhir Chaudhary, who is a Tommy Emmanuel Bhakt. So
Okay.
I love Tommy Emmanuel. I like his playing, but I also listen to
Yeah.
a lot of other stuff. But this guy is like an absolute Bhakt. He I think has nailed every Tommy Emmanuel piece available on
Oh,
the net. So
great.
I get a lot of inspiration from people like these when I
Mhm.
talk to them or when I see their videos online. I feel
Right.
okay. I should just go and get my chops running again.
But tell me
So
something. This is the kind of a sound which suits very well with movies as a background score or in ads. I mean, because I have heard your music. I mean, it can very well you can very well do a BGM for films. I mean, I'm sure you will
hmm
eventually.
hmm
Uh, but why do you say that it doesn't pay enough? That's what's it's striking me
yeah,
because this is
no,
premium music.
yeah. But the thing is that with the recording technology that we have available today. So
Uh-huh.
see, I was doing all of these things on one guitar at a time, which is
Right.
wonderful for live. So
Yes.
if I'm performing live, it gives me a lot of joy to do all of this together and put out a piece. And even the person who is listening to it or is also looking, also visually, it's very appealing in a live scenario. But for
Mhm.
a recording, each layer can be done separately in layers. I can
Right. Right. Right.
do
Right. I get.
each of these things separately in a layer and also make it sound equally good. So
Okay.
the value of doing so many things together is wonderful, but that doesn't fit in a recording scenario that much given the technology today.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
So that is one point because no, for sessions I have hardly encountered any session where they have asked me to play so much stuff together. It's like
Okay.
okay, play a C major beautifully with some finger
I get
picking,
it.
or
I get it.
play a G major using some tremolo,
It's more or less on
or
the easier side, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
not
do
much
some.
for you.
The
Like I
only
mean
thing
to say that there's no creative outburst as such that happens.
yeah, there's no creative. And if there is an option for a creative outburst, it is very weird. For example, I cannot name that person, but I went to a recording in Calcutta
Yeah.
2-3 years back, and they said that, আরে তুমি তো ওই ফিঙ্গার স্টাইল যেটা করো না ওই গিটার মারো গিটার মেরে মেরে একটু গিটার মেরে করো তো একটু দেখি তো so তাই হলো আপনি ইউজ করে নিন কিক ড্রাম ইউজ করে নিন বা কিছু ইউজ করে নিন they wanted me to do this on the guitar and stuff, and
Yeah.
they were recording this separately, so it was very funny that
As
session.
long as they pay you well, it's
Well,
okay.
it's okay,
You don't
right?
mind beating any drum, even if
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
guitar board. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I was very interested to know this. Thanks so much for enlightening me with this. But tell us about the next tune that you are going to play, and after that, I'll have another question that's also on fingerstyle because I wanted to ask you if you still listen to rock musicians and do you still play the music that we grew up listening to,
Yeah,
like some, we will get there. But before that, the next tune.
cool. So I'll do one thing. I'll play a tune which I was just practicing today morning. I just got back to this after a long time. One of my favorite Tommy Emmanuel tunes,
Okay.
which is, and this is actually the first tune that I learned in my life.
Okay.
So we were talking about this thing of putting together the bass and the
Yeah.
melody and
Yeah.
everything together. So this piece is a short piece which goes like this. The bass is this. And then the melody goes like this.
Whoa! I don't know why, but then listening to this, I feel like having a single malt with ice. This is so cool. This
Yeah,
is so
yeah.
cool. This is so cool. Yeah, I wanted to
Lovely.
ask you because I know that all these intricate tunes are very difficult to learn and all that, but then these provided you the basic to probably explore the genre a bit more further. That what are the other variations that you can learn in fingerstyle, but we all have grown up listening to a lot of rock music, and I still do listen to a lot of rock music and sing too. But do you
Hmm.
still play them? I mean, I have asked this to Ronnie Roy. I have asked this to Rhythm also once. Rhythm still plays,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
but do you still sit down and you feel like playing a David Gilmour solo or a Slash solo? Do you do that?
Of course, I feel like doing it, and I listen to it a lot now. I still listen to it a lot, but
Mhm.
it's been a really long time that I've picked up the electric and played. But a very good thing is that I think I should start after this session. I feel I should start definitely. I keep listening to all of these wonderful solos, but since I have got stuck to this style, I haven't gone there yet. But I'm sure I will be exploring all of that very
But
soon.
I'll be asking you the typical guitar player question that, like a typical question that a guitar player often has to answer. Tell me like a couple of your favorite solos, man. I mean, because I really want to know where you are thinking from. Some legendary solos that you are big fans of. I mean, for example, it could be a Slash solo or a Mark Knopfler
So,
or a Clapton or a Hendrix.
for example, I love Mark Knopfler.
Same here,
So
my favorite
most of
guitar
the
player.
Dire Straits solos are wonderful. So I keep listening to all of that. Then I listen to Guthrie Govan a lot.
Oh, mental.
So yeah, so
He's a mental guy. I call him mental.
yeah, he's mental. As in, I remember that show in Bangalore where he was drinking beer in one hand and he was going on shredding on the
I
other,
think
and
it's
that
the
was
same
crazy.
dude. Same dude. You caught him in Bangalore. I caught him in Mumbai. It's the same dude.
Uh,
2015 or 16. That time he came.
yeah, yeah, right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
brilliant, brilliant. So, who are the musicians you are listening to currently in the indie section? Because we usually ask this to every musician who comes here. We are trying to, build this community sort of, by asking one person about the other. Like, for example, the other day, somebody told us about Vipul Shetri. Somebody told us about a band in
Hmm.
Bangalore they are listening to. So, in the local scene, which are the artists that you are listening to, and you think that they should be heard and why they should be heard?
Okay, so there is one band, though they are pretty big, as in they started off long back. The band is When Chai Met Toast.
Okay.
So yeah, so that is one band that I absolutely love. The
Mhm.
soundscaping that they have and the mixture of bluegrass, and then Achut plays the banjo and all of
Mhm.
these wonderful sounds put together. That sound is something phenomenal, which I haven't heard in a lot of. I haven't heard it in India till now. That
Ah.
Chai Met Toast sound. It is almost like that Mumford and it is almost like Mumford and Sons, but with an
Oh,
Indian element. Yeah.
right, right,
So
right.
so they are amazing. Also, Pineapple Express is another amazing band.
Where is this band from? Pineapple Express. I haven't heard about them.
Pineapple Express is from Bangalore, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. And
It's a Bangalore and Mumbai collab. So a few people are there from Mumbai and few people are there from. They are an alternative rock
Okay, okay,
outfit, but they also use a lot of Indian classical elements in
okay.
their music and a lot of polyrhythms and very cool stuff, as in brainy stuff.
No wonder
So
you like them.
yeah, it's very good to hear and analyze what they do.
And
So
going back to Joy recommends Pineapple Express and When Chai Met Toast. Great. We'll put them as stickers here. Joy recommends.
haha, cool.
No, going back to fingerstyle. So what are your plans from here on? And I know that you keep putting out a lot of videos on. You actually have taken the video content very seriously, which is great because some of us are still trying to get used to it, how to do it, and how to go about it. But then the that idea was super with that video you released on World Music Day. That was
Hmm.
out of the world. And then again, the thing you did with Choti Si Asha, where even I am there for a split second showing my
Yeah, yeah.
showing plant.
So,
So that was also very cool. It was a great idea, and like Nandini is doing a great thing by pouring these ideas in your head. And
yeah, yeah.
also, I should tell our viewers that Joy and Nandini are a beautiful couple, and they are a duo also. And I had actually interviewed the both of them together, and this time I just wanted to interview Joy. But then Nandini, I'll be coming back to you soon. So, what's going to be the third tune? And this is going to be our last tune for the session. So, tell us a little bit about this third tune of yours.
So this third tune, what I can play for you is I forgot to tell you that I have actually started learning Indian classical of late, and
Oh,
that is why
nice.
most of my time goes into that. And since that is a completely different world from whatever I was doing so long, so fingerstyle and rock and blues and stuff, and that is I've been listening to. I mostly listen to Indian classical recitals of Amir Khan or Amjad Ali Khan or Ravi Shankar throughout
Oh,
the day. So that is my routine now.
that's the
So I am
best routine one can have. It's the best education.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I'm learning from this sitar player called Purvan Chatterjee. He's
Oh,
my guru.
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Lovely.
So I learn
Amazing.
from him. So he's amazing. Yeah. So I am trying to fuse that with fingerstyle. So this is something that I'm still creating in the process.
Wow.
It's called malhar,
Okay.
for lack of a better name, because the rag is malhar. But let's see.
Fantastic. This is amazing. This is actually something new that I have heard because I can't imagine to hear a tong tong and after that a ting boom bang. I can't
Yeah,
imagine this. So it's a nice. I won't call it fusion because that term has become very, it's become a layman's term
overused.
right now. Everyone's using fusion, but then this is something
Yeah,
that I would like to call a nice classical tadka because
yeah,
there's a lot of fingerstyle elements, and I can also feel the vibe of the rag. And I was just actually closing my eyes while listening to it. It's
yeah.
beautiful, Joy. And please tell us, where can people find you to listen to your music on YouTube, on Instagram, and if you have things on Spotify and other platforms too.
Yeah. So on Instagram, I'm there as Joy Sengupta Music. So anyone who wants to follow me can go to at the rate Joy Sengupta Music and follow me. On Facebook, I have a page which is Joy Sengupta. YouTube, I have a channel which is Joy Sengupta. All my content is posted on YouTube, Facebook, and Insta. I don't have a Spotify thing yet. Once I complete all the songs of the album, then I'm going to put it at once.
And when is the album expected? Next year, I'm guessing sometime, right?
I'm planning to do it by this year because sitting at
Oh,
home, this is the
oh,
only thing that
wow.
yeah, I'm trying to finish. So this is one piece that I'm working on. I have already finished a piece on Yaman,
Hmm.
which another violin player from Russia, she's playing violin on that. And
Hmm.
then we have drums and tabla. So that's a fusion space. So that is
Hmm.
already done. So I think by end of this year, I should nail my first album. Let's see.
Wow, wow, wow. Congratulations. I mean, it's a big thing to even think of that big step. It takes a lot to do that.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Thank you so much for your time. It was
Thank you,
special,
man.
like always.
Thank
And
you.
this is a very crisp and short session. And for our
Yeah.
viewers, if you like our video, please go and subscribe to our page. We play original, and every week we'll get you one new artist fresh out of the oven. Thank you so much.